Hello and welcome. I'm Idroma Onyato. Tonight, INEC to announce president within the next 48 hours. Professor Jega says 2 core members have been killed by insurgents while carrying out their election duties. Protesters take to the streets in Rivers State over alleged exclusion. An Ekwe community in Lagos mourned the death of indigents in a boat mishap returning from the polls. The nation is waiting for who leads the country for the next 4 years. But while that waiting is on, the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Atahiru Jega, today made his first pronouncement after the presidential elections. He told journalists at the Situation Room in Abuja this evening that the commission is making every effort to ensure the results collated by INEC are made public in the next 48 hours. He also warns those who are making statements in respect of results, particularly the online media, to wait for INEC's pronouncement so as not to mislead the nation.
We are pleased that the elections went on smoothly.
That's the man who's got all eyes on him as far as current activities of our national lives are concerned. Professor Atahiru Jega making his first statement since the presidential elections commenced yesterday. He starts by detailing the states where accreditation reverted to manual authentication.
So far, Osun State, Kebbi, Ekiti, Adamawa, Borno, Jigawa, Anambra, Akwa Ibom, and the Ebonyi states have reported reverting to manual accreditation of voters in some polling units.
And for those units where voting was inconclusive, he puts figure to the affected areas.
Elections are being concluded today as follows: 90 polling units in Lagos State, 16 polling units in Kebbi State, 6 polling units in Niger State, 37 polling units in Yobe State, 8 polling units in Borno State, 25 polling units in Adamawa State, 37 polling units in Jigawa State, 13 polling units in Kano State, 116 polling units in Taraba State, and 2 polling units in the Federal Capital Territory.
The floodgates of questions opened shortly after Professor Jega was done. Most significantly, he responded to queries about invalid votes, which he attributed to voter education, isolated security issues, logistics, especially transportation, and of course, the death of 2 ad hoc staff.
We received reports which have been confirmed by our resident electoral commissioner in Gombe that persons suspected to be Boko Haram insurgents attacked some areas, and in the process, 2 ad hoc staff of INEC lost their lives, and also a few vehicles belonging to the National Union of Road Transport Workers were hijacked.
So, when are we expecting the results?
Hope and what we're working very hard for is to be able to declare the elections within 48 hours, and hopefully in much less time than we did in 2011.
Results are on the mind of everyone, though this initial briefing may be soothing. However, from all indications, the winner of the 2015 presidential elections will be known over the next 48 hours, as stated by INEC. Olu Phillips, Channels Television News.
In the meantime, voting and collation of ballot papers continues in some polling units in the nation's capital, Abuja, with some residents asking the Independent National Electoral Commission to correct all anomalies against future elections. The electoral body extended voting by 1 day until Sunday in some areas, because ballot papers arrived late and biometric card readers failed. Our correspondent Gloria Umezuke reports.
It's almost 3 hours since the counting began here in Sarki Jabi Primary School after voting concluded at approximately 4 p.m. Now, owing to the major challenge of a failure of card readers and the late arrival of electoral officials, accreditation took the whole day yesterday. And of course, after keeping vigil, all these voters are waiting for now to see the final results. In this center, with minimal issues, officials counted the ballot papers under the keen watch of voters and security personnel.
This is the highest election which people came out from their houses. Since I've been working as a polling agent for so many years now, people have not come out like this. But this one, they came out, when I say in mass, they came out in masses.
We are at another center here in Gishiri Primary School, and it's about 8 p.m. and we have scores of voters still lined up patiently waiting to vote. And of course, it's rather rowdy out here, lots of people milling around, but heightened security presence around here gives a lot of assurance that voting would conclude here peacefully, and of course, counting would not commence until Monday.
It's very, very unfortunate that people are not happy the way the card reader failed the people. But well, however, there's successful election going on. It's just that people are not really happy by the time the election is taking.
When they came in today, they were like trying to use the yesterday's accreditation. They almost started voting, but some foreign observers came with the cooperation of people that are learned around. They say, how can you use yesterday's accreditation for today's voting? From there, they cancel it and start afresh. So, in a sense, people know their rights. So people are ready to caution the INEC people to do what is right.
Despite the setbacks, voters turned out en masse in many parts of the country because this time around, Nigerians are prepared to ensure that things are done properly. Gloria Umezuke, Channels Television News.
And collation of votes is going on across the nation. Some states started collation from last night, while others commenced collation today. In Cross River and Edo states, as at 12 noon, collation was yet to begin. Our next report tracks the collation of results nationwide.
As elections enter the second day with voting continuing in some areas across the country, some states are already collating their results. In southwest Nigeria, Ogun State and Osun State, INEC officials are already collating results.
After we have finished our own work here, we'll collate and then we'll declare the results, announce the winner of the senatorial election, and then take the original results to the headquarters of the INEC.
As at 9:45 a.m., officials have started sorting results at the St. Peter's Unity Secondary School, Akure in Ondo State. While Ondo awaits most of the results, in the commercial hub of Lagos, voting is still going on in 5 local government areas. From the southwest Nigeria to the northwest of Kaduna, collation of results have commenced in 55 wards and 23 local government areas. It's also the same story in Kano State. This is Plateau State Collation Center for the constituencies. Collation is also already going on, but more results are still expected from different districts.
We were able to collate about 4 registration areas, results from 4 registration areas. We collate that of Gelbi, Kuru, B, Shen, and Turu.
Okay, how many are we still expecting?
We are expecting 8 more because we have 12 registration areas.
And also in Maiduguri, Borno State capital, results in some wards are already being collated. Here in Lafia, Nasarawa State capital, returning officers collect results at the Sani Abacha Youth Center. While voting is going on in some areas, the Crowder Memorial College in Lokoja, Kogi State, INEC officials are also busy collating results. Over now in the South Nigeria, Edo and Cross River states, it's a different story. The results as at 12 noon were yet to arrive. The collation center in Cross River is empty, except for journalists who are waiting patiently. It is the reverse in Bayelsa State. Collation started since March 28th night.
We could not finish the collation because a lot of the wards started the voting late. So we worked throughout the night, and this morning we are here trying to finish our jobs. However, there are some units that voting didn't take place, and they are back to the field trying to do the voting again.
85% of the results are already in the bag in Anambra State, Nigeria's southeast region. Officials there are upbeat about how the entire process has panned out so far.
So far it's been wonderful. We have not had any problem, except initially a little problem from INEC accrediting officers that will go to places. A little delay, but everything is under control.
As the results continue to come in and Nigerians wait eagerly, what they expect is nothing less than an outcome that is credible and fair.
In part 2, after the break, Director of Defense Information justifies the use of soldiers in the elections. That's in a moment. You join us again.